Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at chapter 6, which is about information storage and backup. This chapter, we're going to quickly look at the following outcomes. We're going to explain the need for backup and storage of information. Then we're going to describe the suitable backup regimes for use in different circumstances, and then recognize the most suitable storage media for use in different situations. So let's hit it up, starting with what information storage is all about. Information storage refers to the process of preserving data in a retrievable and organized manner, which involves a wide range of technologies and techniques, including the use of magnetic storage devices such as hard disk drives, magnetic tapes, floppy disks store data using magnetized material. Even though we no longer have floppy disks, and magnetic tapes are also disappearing. And second technique, we use optical storage such as CD-ROMs, DVDs, Blu-rays discs to store data using a series of pits and lens on surface of the disk. So there we have our simple diagram showing the two storage devices such as hard disk drives, SSD disk or solid state drive, and then optical disks. So let's move on to the other part. So that was the definition of or meaning of storage or information storage. Here now let's look at what data backup is all about. Data backup, also known as data protection or data preservation, refers to the process of creating a duplicate copy of data, usually for the purpose of safeguarding against data loss or corruption. This involves storing data on a separate physical or virtual devices or locations to ensure that the information can be recovered if the original is damaged or lost or even otherwise inaccessible. So the goal of data backup is to create a redundant and reliable method for restoring data in case of unexpected disasters such as hardware failures, accidental deletion, or malicious attacks like ransomware. So that was the meaning of data backup. We move on to why we need to make backups and storage of information in an organization. Normally, organizations would need to back up and store their information for the following reasons, especially if they can encounter data loss, security, compliance, disaster recovery, and convenience. Meaning, when it comes to data loss, hardware failure, software corruption, or accidental deletion can lead to the loss of important data. And having a backup ensures that you can recover your data if anything goes wrong, especially if you had hardware failure, like tomorrow or in the following day you come to your office, you find that the computer is unable to boot as a result of hardware failure. So by creating a backup would basically save you. Security backup, backing up your data protects it from potential security threats such as malware, ransomware, or phishing attacks. Phishing is a type of cyber attack where attackers attempt to trick people into revealing sensitive information such as passwords, credit card numbers, and other personal data. So these are some of the reasons why we need to keep our data protected all the time, especially backing it up. And the suitable backup regimes, what are the suitable backup regimes that we can rely on? There are several suitable backup regimes that can help ensure your data is safe and recoverable anytime, anywhere. So here are some of the popular ones. Example, first one is 3-to-1 backup rule. This method suggests maintaining 3 copies of data on 2 different storage types and 1 off-site copy. This ensures that you have multiple backups in case one fails. So that's how the 3-to-1 backup rule works. Incremental backup, this type of backup only backups the files that have changed since the last backup, reducing the amount of data that needs to be backed up. So below here is an example of how the incredible incremental backup works. Okay, so take a close look at how it works. But in short, you can say, let's say you have a folder called work that contains files ABC. On Monday, you perform a full backup of the folder. On Tuesday, you make changes to file A, and on Wednesday, you make changes to file B. So on Tuesday, an incremental backup would only copy file A as it is the only file that has changed since the last backup. On Wednesday, the incremental backup would only copy file B as it is the only file that has changed since the last backup. So the other backup type, or the suitable regime, is full backup. This type of backup copies all data, including new or modified files, from the source to the backup destination. This method ensures that you have a complete copy of data, but it can be resource intensive and time consuming, as everything is basically copied and recopied time and again. And then still continue with the suitable backup regimes. We also have the continuous data protection, CDP. CDP is a method of continuously backing up data as it is created or changed. This ensures that your backup is always up to date, but it can be expensive to implement. So the last one here, we have differential backup, also known as incremental differential backup. It is a type of backup method that copies only files that have changed since the last full backup, unlike incremental backup, which copies only the files that have changed since the last backup. Differential copies all the files that have changed since the last full backup. So as you can see the example there, if you perform a full backup on Monday, a differential backup on Tuesday, they will copy a differential beg your pardon, a differential backup on Tuesday will copy all the files that have changed since Monday. On Wednesday, the differential backup will copy all files that have changed since Monday, including those which were copied on Tuesday. So that is how this type of backup work. Lastly, let us look at the suitable storage medium that we can use in different situations. That is, the storage mediums refers to various types of physical and digital storage devices that can be used to store data in different situations. So here are some common examples of storage mediums, such as HDD. Hard disk drive is commonly used to store large amount of data, such as backups, because they are low cost per gigabytes. Okay, so here's the minimum measurement in terms of storage capacity of a hard disk drive. The smallest capacity of a hard disk drive available today is typically around 500 GB to 1 terabyte, which is 1000 GB. The maximum, the largest capacity of HDD currently available in the market is up to 18 terabyte, although larger capacities are being developed as we speak. So yes, the minimum, we still have those computers which have 250, 350 GB, but the majority of the time now, when you go to the shop, you'll find majority of the laptops being installed with 500 GB. And then the SSD, solid state drive, are fast and more reliable than HDD, but are more expensive and have lower storage capacity as compared to hard disk drives. Then the other one is USB flash drives, which basically common to most of the users. Cloud storage services such as Dropbox, Google Drive allow users to store and access their data over the internet. This can be convenient for users who need to access their data from multiple devices, or especially when they are on the go. Then the last one is network attached storage. NAS devices provide network-based storage that can be accessed by multiple users. They are often used in small businesses or homes to store and share files. So these are the types of storage mediums or storage devices that you can rely on, especially if you want to carry out backup processes in your organization or as an individual. So that is all for this short presentation. Thank you all. Thank you for taking your time to listen to this whole presentation. Thank you. Bye-bye.